Okay, here we're changing the oil pan gasket. This is my 2003 Harley Ultra Glide Classic, Ultra Classic. And so it's been leaking around this oil pan fairly recently. Come to find out, all these 3/16 bolts, there's 12 of them. It was like the front half were actually fairly loose. So check those if you have an oil leak on your Harley. It might be a simple fix of just tightening these up. Make sure when you put them back in, you get some blue Loctite and put a little dab of blue Loctite on those threads when you thread this back in. Got a new, gasket, so we'll get that going on there. The old one is like flaking off, so that's lovely. So it's going to be a nice, fun mess to get that off without scratching the surface. So be careful what tools you use on that, because you don't want to tarnish that surface. Some of the tricks, or what we end up having to do, I do have to take off the rear tire. I took off this one exhaust pipe, left exhaust pipe slip on, just because the axle was gonna for clearance. But now that I've sat it on these stands, I probably could have cleared that pipe now that I'm looking at it. But whatever, not a big deal. It's just a clamp and then two nuts here, and the exhaust pipe slides off. So the nut, I forgot what size this was. Should look that up. But the nut will have an E-clip on it, so you need to E-clip off of the tip of your axle. This is to protect that nut from ever coming loose and falling off. You've got your cam gears here on either side. Mine was tensioned and has a little paint mark on it, so when I put it back, I'm going to match that mark back up with this cam gear to make sure that my rear axle is lined up and it has good tension on the belt. You can check that. But one of the issues we had when I was doing this was this: when you take the oil pan off, you loosen all the bolts first. Take all the bolts out, then drain your oil, drain your transmission fluid too, because your transmission tube goes through here. Don't forget to pull your oil dipstick out. The oil dipstick's going to be poking out down here, so pull your dipstick out, pull all 12 bolts out, drain your transmission, drain your engine oil. I drained the I'm doing a full service, so I changed the primary case oil already and filled that back up, so that's good. But another thing is, when I was jacking the bike up with this big scissor jack, from here, it was actually putting so much stress on this thin piece of steel here. It's kind of tinny. This bracket was bending up, and this oil pan has millimeters of clearance. And if you notice on the bottom of the oil pan, it has that little drop. It's like 3 millimeters of extra dip in that oil pan right at the front. And guess where that front sits? Right here in front of this bracket. So another thing you'll have to do is, we just use like a long pry bar. When we pry barred the motor up just a smidge, it moves up like a good 1/4 inch or more. But that motor being lifted up in the back gave us just enough room to get the oil pan, that dip in the front oil pan, to clear this bracket. So you'll want to, we actually had to pry on this bracket to bend it back down, because this bracket was curved up. And so we had to pry against the oil pan a little bit. We didn't, ruin the oil pan at all. But amazingly enough, this is aluminum. That's steel. But yet, prying on it with enough leverage, this thing bent very easily without putting any dents, marks on this oil pan. But that had been bent up a little bit. It could have been from low, hitting the ground and scraping here and there. Or, me lifting it with this big scissor jack might have curved this up a little bit. So what I ended up doing is, to take stress off of this, just put a couple jack stands on the swing arm, one on each side, keep it stable, and then release the weight off the scissor jack, and then pry down on this. This came down several millimeters, gave us extra clearance. These springs are not that big of a deal. The back oil pan was able to dip enough to get the springs to clear, and this is just a gigantic baffle. You look in there, it's just baffle, just a big plastic baffle, as if this Harley was going to race, so the oil didn't slosh all over the place. Under extreme forward throttle, but whatever. It's a baffle. This is what it is. But I'm gonna have to scrape off all this gasket. I'm gonna get a light heat gun, some heat, and see if makes it softer once to pry off. I got some plastic scrapers that I'll use to try to pick that off. That's gonna be fun. So clean your surface, get your new gasket on there, slide that back inside of there. But some of the tips is like drain your engine oil, drain your transmission oil. You got your engine oil drain bolt here. Your transmission bolt is your other bolt over here on the like passenger side, if you will, your right side of your motorcycle. You got that same bolt. It's like a 9/16, or no, it was a 5/8. Yeah, it was a 5/8 bolt on both your drain, engine oil drain. And then over here on the right side, you got your transmission drain bolt. So that just goes straight through to the transmission. So I had all the fluids. I'm going to do everything. It's been like 4,000 some miles on this bike since the last oil change, and so just hit 33,000 miles. So for an 03, it's it's in good shape, runs great, purrs like a kitten. The only thing this bike has really needed was a fuel pump. So I put a fuel pump in it. It comes in from the top. There's also this this nice plastic coated stainless steel fuel hose that has a nice disconnect and whatnot. I can change that out if you're going to change the fuel pump. I just lost all my fuel pressure and this thing died the day I bought it, actually. So those are some good tips. To change that fuel line out, change your fuel pump. Ethanol in our fuel here in America will erode the plastic hoses inside of the tank. They're a transparent plastic hose, and ethanol eats all the plastics. So ethanol fuel, they sell it almost everywhere, and it's just like watered down fuel, but it eats plastic. So yay us. So be careful with your ethanol fuels in your motorcycle if you can avoid it. Try not to buy ethanol fuel. I guess just hopefully that helps some people out. Check your belt, see if your belt's in is the belt getting worn? Is it really stretched out? I don't know what else to recommend. Change all your fluids while you're doing this. I already did the oil change. Well, new oil filter is already on it, so that's done. But after this gets in, we'll fill the transmission. Got the whole Maxima oil change kit. Comes with everything. You get your 1 quart of transmission, 1 quart primary, and then 4 quarts of engine oil, new oil filter. So do all that. Hopefully this helps some people out. Just this engine oil pan was completely wet all around. Basically the front half of it was getting wet and starting to leave a couple of drops here and there on the pavement. If it sat long enough, it just kept weeping. I went and checked the bolts. They're all 3/32, 3/16. I'm sorry. Yeah, 3/16 is most of the bolts and a lot of the engine covers, and then also the 12. They're all the same length too. All these oil pan bolts are all the same length. So check all those out, and hope that helps some people out. Yeah, it's a fun job. Big pain was getting out the rear axle and tire and crap. And you're going to have to get it off the ground quite a bit to get that tire to come sideways and out and set it down on the ground. So, all right, hope that helps y'all out.